Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video, and yes, we need to address the haircut. Yes, it is too short. It wasn't supposed to be this short, but we'll gloss over this. Just try your best to ignore the bad hair for the next few weeks. Anyway, unless you're watching this in the future, past the date that I've posted this, and I now have longer hair. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to get at here. When you buy an Apple device, you get a lot of inbuilt apps. Some of them are useful, some of them are useless. But one of the ones that I found useful when I first started out making videos for YouTube was iMovie. And you get that on every single Apple product, from Macs to iPhones to iPads. No matter the Apple product, if it has a touchscreen or even a computer chip of some kind, then yeah, it probably has iMovie on it or has the ability to run iMovie. iMovie is a free video editing software from Apple. It comes pre-installed on every single device that you buy, except for earphones, obviously. And so as I said, I started out using iMovie when I first started this channel, and that was because I had an iPad 6 and no other money to... Yeah, I only had enough money for the iPad at the time. But like anything, I'm going to show the good sides and the bad sides of iMovie. Yes, there are bad sides to it. Like no way to downscale from 4K, which is a real pain in the bum because most TVs aren't 4K yet. Some TVs are, some TVs aren't. Some are 720p, some are 1080, some are 8K, some are 4K and 6K and this K and that K and that P and that B. And so if you're dealing with a bigger file, you cannot downscale it in iMovie, which is a real pain in the bum. But the fact that it does actually support 4K is really nice. Really nice. So you can't have a good bit without a bit of bad. And the bad bit is the fact that it's not very intuitive, which sounds really, really weird for an Apple product, because you're meant to be able to just use it and the product works. But unfortunately with iMovie, putting in B-roll clips is very, very difficult, because it wants to... You have to put the clip into the same timeline and then remove the audio... No, you have to... You have to cut the clip on your timeline, then remove the audio, then delete that selected clip, and then put in the new clip of B-roll whilst the continuous audio is coming from the old clip that you've now deleted. It does have split screen, so you can have two thingies here, so you can have one thing here and another thing over here, but that's not very good. It's a big white line that you can't really get rid of, and it's just really, really jarring. But it does support green screen and blue screen, which is really nice to have, because a lot of people nowadays do actually have green screens and blue screens. They're quite cheap to come by on Amazon, and they're really easy to put up behind you. Especially when you're doing something like Zoom, if you don't want to show the whole messiness of your apartment or your house or your studio, then yeah, buy a green screen, buy a blue screen. And the fact that iMovie can natively support that is really, really nice. Now, iMovie is by no means a professional editing software like Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro, and there is nothing more evidence of that than the fact that you cannot color grade. You can add filters to your footage to make it look black and white, or you know, like this or like that and there, but there is no color grading. And to be fair, for a free app, you wouldn't really kind of need color grading unless you're really professional, and yeah. But on the lighter note, you can color grade in the Photos app. So as an example, I'll just pull up some footage here on my iPad. So yeah, this is my iPad in the Photos app, the normal Photos app. And if I go to edit just over here, and I get my little pencil, you don't need to have the pencil, but I like to use the pencil. We can push the little button, the little dial here on the left, and we can do some primitive kind of color grading. So you don't really need kind of color grading within iMovie, because if you do want to color grade, you can do it in the Photos app. Now, I mean, this is just iPhone footage, so it's going to be easier to edit within this app because it's a native app. Let's bring in some sharpness, bring in some definition, noise, a little bit of noise reduction. There shouldn't be any noise. Let's put a vignette on that, shall we? There we go. Just like that. So if you do want to color grade your footage, then you very, very easily actually can. And you don't need iMovie. So you can just kind of color grade the clip and then import it and edit it in iMovie if you really want to color grade. I don't really see why you would, but if you can, then you can. Now, one thing that this app does come with is free music, which is pretty good, because a lot of editing software probably doesn't come with that. I mean, now Final Cut Pro did, I don't use it, but it is there. But then again, this is an Apple product, so yeah. I'm not really sure about Premiere Pro because I don't use Premiere Pro. I am thinking about doing a video on that, so I will probably start using Premiere Pro. Ugh. Now, the music that they provide isn't the best, but it is royalty free. So if you do want music, then you do have the capability to add music to your timeline. Whereas someone like me, I pay a company called Epidemic Sound, and they give me the licensing right to use it on my social media. So because iMovie comes on a lot of different platforms, it comes with a lot of different user interfaces, so to speak. Now, it is usually quite consistent upon each different platform, especially on iPadOS and iOS. And I must say, one of the nicest features actually is to be able to edit with your hands, to have the little pinch to zoom, which iMovie supports. I do wish macOS would support pinch to zoom and touch screens, but it doesn't, and that's an Apple thing, so yeah. But to have pinch to zoom in iMovie is really, really, really nice. It's just a nice fit. It feels more intuitive to have the touch screen there than it does to, for me anyway, it feels more intuitive than sat at a desk editing with a keyboard and mouse. So unfortunately, there isn't a way to move the user interface around. So I can't put my video clip here and move it to over here, or expand it and make it bigger so the timeline is down here and my viewing window is up here, and I can't do that. Why? I can do it in Final Cut Pro, and I can do it in LumaFusion, which is more of a pro editing app, but that might be the reason why. But it's still a pain. I want to be able, the customability, I want to be able to move this from one side to the other, and Apple, come on, really? Then again, this is Apple that has only just introduced widgets to iOS and iPadOS. Now, probably the best thing about iMovie is the fact that one, it's free, and two, it has a really simple and easy to use interface. I am not kidding. iMovie is so easy and so simple to use, it is ridiculous. Anyone can use it. I expect even my 4-year-old could use it, so yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.